Israel Adesanya, the best middleweight, depending on who you ask. And today we're going to be talking about his whole career. Just do a big retrospective of the whole thing, since it's basically over as a champion, unfortunately, for Izzy fans. I'm clearly not, but this is not a hate video, okay? This is just some harsh criticism, because at times his title run was Mickey Mouse. It was goofy. It was bad. It was. And we're going to expose that today. So let's just get right into it, starting with how Izzy was given the chance to fight for a belt in the first place. He fought Anderson Silva at 41, I think he was. He was either 40 or 41 years of age at the time, well out of his prime, already taken multiple finishes, including injuries that no one can really come back from in this sport. It's just not possible. But I do think it's a good win. I do think Anderson looked pretty good. He looked fast in that fight. But yeah, a lot of people protested when he was given an opportunity, even though it was for the interim belt, which we'll get to that. But it would have been the real belt. So, I mean, Anderson's a legend, but at the time, I don't think he was ranked in the top 10. He might have been, but I'm not going to check. So that's just the start. But there's nothing wrong with that, getting a title shot off Anderson, but it's a bit undeserved, because up to that point, he didn't really beat anybody of name. They're being safe with him, which it's good. You should be safe with your possible stars. Look who he became. It's smart. After beating Anderson, he then was given the opportunity to fight for an interim title versus Kevin Gastelum, because Robert Whittaker had a hernia, I believe. He was recovering from that. And yeah, it was probably one of Izzy's best fights. I'm not going to say performances, because he actually didn't look that good in it. He almost got finished on the feet. I think he got taken down and beat up a little. I'm gonna be real, I didn't rewatch this fight specifically. I rewatched a few Izzy fights for this. I really did, guys, but I didn't watch this one. I don't want to watch that shit. Even though it's one of his best fights, I don't know. It's just, I don't want to watch Gastelum fight. Just this fat bum. I don't care about him. And yeah, he is a bum. That win is aged terribly. Gastelum is a journeyman. Don't care if he beat D-Rod, little fat fuck. How dare you do a fucking series on your YouTube channel called I don't even know what it is, some dumbass shit with not making weight, or eating to not make weight, or something, eating to miss weight, and then you really miss weight. How are you gonna do that? But yeah, moving on. Very unimpressive win, I'd say. But yeah, it's just going life and death with Gastelum is just not a good look. So, in my opinion, this win hurts his legacy more than it helps it. So, again, I'm not hating. This is not me trying to say Izzy is not one of the best fighters of all time. He is. It's just, I see a lot of people say he's better than Usman, and his resume is better than Usman. In my opinion, it's not close. Usman's is way better. He lapped his division. Yeah, that's kind of corny to say, because, I mean, the division wasn't that good at the time, but neither was middleweight. Welterweight it's really good now, but with Marty's run, I mean, he's fighting, Colby's good. He's fighting Jorge twice. Dude, Jorge did not deserve to fight Usman twice. Yeah, we saw that. But yeah, back to, like, Izzy. It's just, he's overrated, and I'm sorry, I have to point the things out. And then we had Izzy fight for a belt for the first time against Robert Whittaker at UFC 243, where Izzy got it done in the second round. He did. This is one of Izzy's best performances, one of his best wins. It was a perfectly healthy prime. Oh, I don't know. You could say Rob wasn't in his prime yet, I guess, and he is now. But I don't know. I feel like he's just been in his prime for a while. So yeah, he beat a very impressive Robert Whittaker, who looked good in that fight until he didn't. I don't know. I just think Rob brawled too much instead of just sticking to the strict get in and out technique, which he usually does in his fights. And yeah, Izzy got it done. Very impressive win. You can't really knock this win at all. I mean, it's one of his few knockouts. So, because yeah, most of his wins are decisions. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that. But yeah, this cemented Izzy as the guy even more. And yeah, this kind of kicked off the Israel Adesanya era where he was able to defend his middleweight belt 5 times, which I believe. Oh no, I forgot Anderson's is like 10. No one's ever beaten that shit. It's so stupid. Bro was fighting fucking the guys at the local bar. Come on now, like that's why Anderson is not top 5. If you think he is, you're wrong. Moving on. But yeah, this is where the holes start to form. So get ready. Izzy then was given the opportunity to defend his belt against Yoel Romero for his first defense, which is not an easy task. I mean, even if he was all the time, Yoel was a threat to anybody. He was so wild. He's just a freak of nature. So I do think you got to give Izzy, like, cut him some slack for not really wanting to brawl with this guy. Like, I don't blame him in this one, but I actually am one of the people that do think Izzy should have won this fight. I don't think Yoel deserved to win it. I don't really think it was a robbery because if you've seen the fight, both fighters they didn't engage. They didn't do much. They didn't have a high output at all. It was terrible. It was so low output. It was so just boring. It was terrible. So yeah, I just think if you come and do that, even if the champ is doing the same thing, if you come to challenge the champion and you do nothing, like, you're not walking away with the belt and you don't deserve to. So yeah, I actually do think this win makes Izzy look more good than bad, but not an impressive win. It was terrible. Couldn't finish a guy. Not being able to finish Yoel was okay, but you couldn't finish a guy who was just sitting there, standing there, not doing shit. His cardio's terrible. Yeah, let's move on. And then Izzy was given the opportunity to defend against Paulo Costa next, which I think he was ranked in the top 5 at least at that time. So, and people had hype for Costa, and this is where I really start to seem like a hater. I do not think Paulo Costa is an impressive win at all. I see him the same as like a Jorge Masvidal. Not that really impressive of a win. Like, they're pretty big stars, and they have some decent knockouts. So people say, oh, they're so dangerous. What a good win. But Paulo Costa was never championship material. He never will be. This guy is... Big man Paulo Costa is terrible. And I'm sick of people pretending he isn't. His best performance was against Yoel Romero. And then he never looked the same. He must have been on high dosages in that one, because, yeah, this boy ain't a lifetime natural either. I don't think he's on stuff now. He ain't a lifetime natural, though, that's for sure. We all know what Izzy did. He knocked him out, I think in the second or first round. And it was one of probably Izzy's best performance. I'm saying that a lot, but no, it's different, you know? You can have a good win, but bad performance. Good performance, bad win. But this is his best performance, and it's not that good of a win, like I just said. Yeah, Paulo was scared of his feints, like nothing I've ever seen before. He was so scared of Izzy, it was embarrassing. He didn't engage. I think all he did was throw his kicks and back up and just be plotty. And Izzy came in mad as shit and just picked him apart, knocked him out, and humped him. So... good win. But I just don't think it's that impressive to where people make it out to be. It's just not. Alright, let's just move on. Oh boy, this is where it gets bad, alright? I just don't get how this guy is in people's top 5. And he might not even be in my top 10. I don't know. He might be. Probably not, though. No, he's not. He's not. He was given the chance to go for double champ status after... only 2 shitty, questionable defenses. And people say, like... people just are cringe these days. It's like, oh, they don't deserve it. It's like, Dricus has low-key already done more. I'm not saying Dricus deserves it and should do it. That Pierre shit, don't do that. Defend your belt. But Izzy got given that shit easy. All right, let's not pretend he wasn't given the opportunity as soon as he wanted it. I mean, just stupid. And clearly that boy was not ready because Jan Blachowicz embarrassed this man. He completely dominated him. Maybe not completely dominated him on the feet, but he outstruck him. He outkicked him. He took him down and held him there and beat him the fuck up. Izzy was not built for 205. He can't hang there, and Alex can. I'm not an Alex sticker out here, I swear, but I just had to say that because we all know the run he's done at 205 after Izzy's failed attempts. Yeah, it doesn't look the best, Izzy. Don't go fight him at 205 for a trilogy. You will lose. But yeah. Izzy fans kind of just act like this never happened, and if they do, they say he crotch sniffed him after getting outstruck on the feet in the first few rounds, which didn't happen. They're lying. They're making it up. Yeah, this is one of Izzy's worst looking performances. It really tarnished his legacy, in my opinion, a lot. But it's not like Jan is a bad guy to lose to. I'm not saying he is. Jan Blachowicz is one of the best 205ers, in my opinion. He gave Alex one of his best fights. So, not coming at Jan, but not the best look. And then we had Izzy, humble old Izzy, after getting humbled at 205, went back down to defend against Marvin the Meatball, the Marauder, Vittori. Yeah, no one thinks this is an impressive win. Like, right? Nobody actually thinks this is an impressive win. Because it's not, okay? Marvin Vittori is not good. Please don't pretend he is. He got Izzy's back, too, and had him in a fucking pretty dangerous situation, I'd say. I mean, he had his back. But, yeah, other than that, Izzy didn't look that good either. You know, the one thing Marvin has, though, is a chin. So I'm not going to knock Izzy for not being able to finish him. But he looked pretty mid on the feet. Just did what he had to. Just kicked the calves, backed up, jabbed from the outside, picked him apart pretty well. He didn't look that bad in this fight, but it's not about that. I'm trying to point out his level of competition is so overrated. Middleweight is the worst division by far. It hurts to think about. Yeah. Okay, this is probably going to be the hardest pill in this video for Izzy fans to swallow. Out of anything I've ever said, this is going to annoy them the most because I know a lot of UFC fans don't think we should call out robberies and we should just have to accept what happens as official, but no. If a robbery is so bad, especially like in this fight was a robbery. You have to point these out. You do. It's part of history. Okay, Robert Whittaker could have won 4 of the rounds of this fight. I'm not joking. Go rewatch the fight. This man won 2, 3, and 5. Wait. No, 2, 4, and 5. I watched it today. 2, 4, and 5 easily. He easily won those. He definitely lost round 1. Izzy started good. Rob was unsure of himself at first. But Izzy got it, like, Izzy got just outstruck. He got taken down, controlled a little. Okay, he didn't get controlled much. But Rob had, I think, 2 submission attempts. One got decently close, had his back on a standing guillotine. And yeah, Rob just outdamaged him. Go watch the highlights. They show enough if you don't want to watch the full fight. Like, he outstruck him. He outdamaged him. And with a reach disadvantage, with an everything disadvantage, basically. And yeah, they gave the decision to Izzy. I don't know what to say. I don't know what else to say. Yes, I do. The only reason people think Izzy won this fight is because he dropped Rob in round 1, which it means nothing. All it does is mean he won that round more decisively. You could give Izzy round 3 too, though. You could give Izzy round 3. It was a close round. They didn't really do much. But in my opinion, he clearly won 2, 4, and 5. Possibly winning 3 as well. So I don't know how he didn't get this decision, man. I really don't. Tarnishes Iggy's legacy. Iggy, who the fuck is Iggy? Tarnishes Izzy's legacy pretty bad. Just even though he has a finish over him, I don't care. Rob owns you. Okay, he should have got the belt back that night. And yeah. Moving on to Izzy's 5th and final title defense against Jared Cannonier by unanimous decision in one of the most boring and uneventful fights of all time. Now, I'll be real. This was low-key on Cannonier. He fought like a bitch. He was scared shitless of Izzy with the feints. He was reacting to every feint. He was backing up. I don't think he committed to one power shot that landed. I don't think he was able to land anything on Izzy. But that was also because Izzy was kicking at range, kicking the calf at range, backing up, running, sticking the jab out there. That's all he does. How do you guys like this guy? I'm sorry. It's not fun to watch. It's just not. And yeah, this was basically just a free number, just like Marvin was. Just another number to add to the title defenses, in my opinion. Not that impressive of a win, but a pretty dominant win. It was a decent performance, but again, just overrated legacy. He just is just not that guy. He's just not that dominant, exciting champion that everyone loves, like DDP. Why do people hate DDP? He's an exciting, funny champion who gets finishes. It's funny to watch his goofy ass strike. I don't know why y'all hating. Like, stop that. And no disrespect to Jared, he's just like, he's pretty good, but I mean, he's pretty old. He started training too late, unfortunately, and the win's not aging well. Jared's losing recently, even though his recent loss was an early stoppage. This weekend he's about to low-key get knocked out again by Cow. Sadly, that's my pick at least. I got that video come out tomorrow, guys, so watch that. And finally, the downfall of Adesanya. He had to take on his biggest fear, his biggest demon, who followed him from kickboxing after beating him twice there. Alex Poatan-Pierre beat Israel Adesanya in round 5 by TKO. By controversial TKO. Controversial stoppage, that is true, but a lot of people don't think it was controversial and think it should have been stopped. And yeah, Alex ended his reign in crazy fashion. But in my opinion, this is the best Izzy has ever looked. He was the fastest, the sharpest. It just looked like he had a purpose out there, and he really wanted this one back. Which is, it low-key makes it even worse, because he looked the best he ever has, and he lost. It still wasn't enough to beat Alex Pereira. But, I mean, we all know how the rematch went, so let's just move on to that. And of course, UFC 287, Adesanya got his revenge, got it back, and was able to knock out Alex Pereira in the second round more decisively, more dominantly than any of their past bouts, which it's a good look. It is. It's a really good look. This win saved his legacy. It really did. It saved him. He needed this so bad. Not really for his UFC legacy per se, but just for his fighting legacy. You can't lose to the same guy 3 times. You have to show that you can beat your past, like, mistakes. You have to show that you're getting better and improving, you know? And yeah, whatever you want to say, I don't like Izzy, but you can't take anything away from this win. Oh, Alex just made a mistake. He got aggressive and thought he was going to get the finish, so he let his guard down. I don't care. Dude, he got knocked the fuck out, that idiot. Why'd you let that happen, Alex? Come on, man. Gotta defend too, brother. But yeah, probably Izzy's best win. I wouldn't say his best performance, his best win, because he needed this win so badly, but Alex was dominating. Let's be real. Alex was fucking him up in the first round with his legs. His leg kicks are so dangerous. And yeah, he was winning the second round too, and Izzy played possum, and then he got him. He bossed him. Definitely a positive end to his weird title run, because next, yeah, it ended right away. Again, his second title run, technically, to motherfucking Sean Strickland, of all people. And I don't want to hear it. Oh, he's dangerous, or he's a terrible style. He's the perfect matchup for him to beat Izzy. I don't care. Izzy should have found a way. Sean Strickland is one of the worst middleweight champs. I like Sean. I think he's good, but he is a little of a fluky flukester champion. Like, he didn't deserve that title shot at all against Izzy the first time, and yeah, Izzy he looked the worst he ever has. He was not off, though. I will not say that. He was not off. It was not an off night in the office. Sean was the reason Izzy looked like that, and just with the constant forward pressure, he was a monster style matchup for him. He really was, and he dominated him, winning 4 out of the 5 rounds, almost finishing him in one of them by TKO, which some people think that could have been stopped right there. I don't, but yeah, Sean dominated him. And then moving on to the present, probably Izzy's last chance at UFC Gold ever, which is kind of sad, but he's not exciting, so it's not that sad. But yeah, he lost to Drakus. Drakus finished him in the 4th round by submission, and Izzy looked good. I will say that he did look good in that fight, but I don't think he looked that good. A lot of people are saying this is the best he's ever looked. Come on, that's not true. Okay. He was faster than Drakus. He's just a better striker than Drakus overall, and he was just out techniquing him, just out jabbing him, outlanding him slightly, I'd say. I do think Drakus, with the takedowns and the damage, was able to win at least 2 of the first 3 rounds, but it was close. Izzy looked good, but Drakus looked better. He's more dynamic. Like, especially with Izzy not even being a person to ever shoot the takedowns. Like, people compare this guy to, like, GSP. He's not up there. He's just not. I'm sorry. This guy is not even a complete fighter. And yeah, he got subbed for the first time, which is not a good look. And yeah, he'll probably never be back to the UFC title shot. He might be. The UFC loves him. And yeah, I'll end it there. I just wanted to make this video because it's the end. It's the end of Izzy, so I'm not celebrating it. I'm just saying what I think about this title run. A little overrated. But yeah, see you guys in the next one.